Hello, fellow collectors. Frank M. TTM here, back with another TTM SUCCESS video. TTM stands for Through the Mail. These are Through the Mail autograph successes. I have two to share today. Two TTMs, former NHL National Hockey League players. Both of these players have one thing in common, or a couple things in common. First, they played the NHL, and they also played for the hometown Boston Bruins. Let's get right at it. First in the box, we have a 1-for-1 in 23 days. No fee out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we have Mr. John Bice, and he did not sign my card, but he did sign index card. And the reason why he did not sign his card, because as a note here on my letter, this is Glen Wesley. Glen Wesley was a Bruins player as well, so he was nice enough to sign index card, and he did answer a few questions, which I'll get to in just a moment. This is John Arthur Bice. He was born on August 9, 1967 in Madison, Wisconsin. Mr. Bice was a 6'1" left-handed shooting center who was initially drafted by the Boston Bruins 220th overall in the 1985 NHL entry draft. Before he played with the Bruins, he was a walk-on with the University of Wisconsin-Madison Badgers and went on to twice be named second all-team WCHA All-Star and was an alternate captain during his senior year with the Badgers. During the 1989-90 season, his senior year, the Badgers went on to win the NCAA championship, with Bice scoring a hat trick in the championship final. For his effort, he was named to the All-Tournament team. Leaving his college career, Bice was signed by the Boston Bruins, where he played 21 regular season games and 8 playoff games between 3 seasons from 1990 to 1992. Before even appearing in a regular season game, though, Mr. Bice played in the 1989-90 Stanley Cup Finals versus the Edmonton Oilers, with the Bruins scoring a goal in the first period of Game 3 in Edmonton. It was his second goal of the playoffs as the Bruins went on to win the game 2-1. With his appearance in the Stanley Cup Finals, he became the first player to have won 8 NCAA championships and compete for the Stanley Cup in the same season. Following his tenure with the Bruins, Bice spent the rest of his hockey career, which ended in 2000, playing for various minor league teams. Internationally, Bice played for the American national team at the 1992 World Championships. In 21 regular season games, he scored 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points. With the Bruins, he graduated from the University of Wisconsin with a degree in business administration and went on to get his MBA. And since retiring from ice hockey, he works for the RBC Wealth Management. His son, Ty Pelton Bice, also plays hockey, and as of June 2020, plays for the Wisconsin Badgers, having transferred for Harvard. We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye out, see if he gets into the NHL. He did answer a few questions, which I always do appreciate. And I asked him, who was your favorite Bruins teammate? That would be the Hall of Famer Ray Bourque, the great defenseman, great player with the Bruins for many, many years. His most memorable game was my first goal in the playoffs against Hartford in 1990. In that season, he scored in Game 7 of the Adams Division semifinals, the first round versus the Hartford Whalers. On April 17, 1990 at the Boston Garden, Bice scored in the first period, assisted by John Carter and Ray Bourque, as the Bruins won 3-1. Of course, the Bruins went on to beat the Montreal Canadiens in 5 games and swept the Washington Capitals before facing the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup Finals that year. Thank you so much, Mr. Bice. I wish I sent you the right card, and I'll have to send that to Mr. Wesley. I do appreciate you taking your time, signing that index card, and so on and so forth. Thank you. Next, we have a 0 for 1. And I'll explain why this is a success in just a moment. This was 32 days, no fee out of Salt Lake City, Utah, which is it's kind of funny here. I sent him John Pice's card. And he writes on it, not me. So I'll be sending that to Mr. Bice, explaining I sent it to Mr. Wesley, and Mr. Wesley said, not me. Okay. He did answer a few questions. Let's talk about not me a little bit. Glen Wesley. Glen Edward Wesley. He was born on October 2nd, 1968 in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. He was a 6'1" left-handed shooting defenseman that played 20 seasons in the NHL. With the Boston Bruins for 7 seasons, played 3 seasons with the Hartford Whalers, then when they changed over to Carolina Hurricanes, he played 13 seasons with them. They transferred from Hartford to Carolina. He also played 7 games, 5 playoff games in 2003 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wesley was drafted 3rd overall by the Boston Bruins in the 1987 NHL entry draft from the Portland Winterhawks, a junior hockey team based out of Portland, Oregon. With the Bruins, he earned a berth on the 1988 All-Rookie team and reached the Stanley Cup Finals twice with the Bruins, in 1988 and 1990. Though the Bruins lost those series versus the Edmonton Oilers, quite an accomplishment to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. Anyways, as a rookie in the 1988 Finals, Wesley scored 2 goals in Game 4, a contest which would eventually be suspended due to power failure at the Boston Garden. He did go on to win a Stanley Cup with the Carolina Hurricanes in 2006, defeated Edmonton in 7 games, which happened to be his childhood favorite team. Wesley, a resident in the United States since he played junior hockey, became an American citizen in 2005. As part of his day with the Stanley Cup, Wesley took the trophy to the Marine troops at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Among other things, taking it to the beach, and I guess he took it to church and all that stuff. He had a nice day with his finally getting a Stanley Cup after all those years in the NHL. Wesley's son Josh was drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes in the 2014 NHL entry draft and was playing for the AHL's Utica Comets as of April 2021. Though he did not sign any cards for me, he did take some time to answer for some questions, which is a success to me. To appreciate it. And I asked him, who was your favorite teammate? Bob Bears. And I did send out the Bob Bears that same day. I sent out to those 2 guys too. Would have been kind of funny that if I sent Bob Bears' card out to Mr. Wesley. Most memorable game, Montreal in playoffs. And he is known as having a dramatic last-minute goal in Game 5 of the 1990 playoffs against the Montreal Canadiens. The Boston Garden, which would clinch the series for the Bruins on the path to reach the Stanley Cup Finals that year, the 2nd time in 3 years. So I've already talked about it a little bit, and I asked him, do you keep your memory build from your playing days? I said, yes, plenty, and I don't know if I said that. Bice, I should be more specific and talk about what I'm really interested. What do you keep, and how do you display it too? Maybe I should ask that question in the future. Maybe when I send back to Mr. Bice and Mr. Wesley, maybe I'll ask that question. I'm really interested. Do these guys collect their memorabilia? Do they collect under the memorabilia? I'm interested in that. Anyways, that was a funny day of TTM successes. I don't know. Is it a success? Is this a success right here? Not me. Some people say, oh man, he ruined my John Bice card, but I think it's just kind of funny, and I think it'd be a funny story. Send him back to John Bice. So I call it a success. Anyways, enough rambling on here. Hope you're all well today. Fun day of TTM Success returns. Well, I'll leave it at that. Take care. God bless. Peace. Have a good one.